Cancel.
Schweezy.
What's up with society's obsession on waking up so early in the morning? I understand it's efficient since the economy runs from morning to early evening, but seeing the same post about waking up at 5 a.m. to work out, then hit the shower, then work is starting to sound like a copy pasta. With that in mind, do morning people see night owls as inefficient or lazy? So I am clearly I'm more of a night person than I'm not a morning person at all. People are like, let's do this at 10 a.m. I'm like, that's reasonable. But I think here's some things I do know about that. I think they do. Yes, I think a lot of morning people think, when you sleep in, like you're lazy because you're not doing anything. But consider this, like you have, the idea of the modern workday, 8 hours of work, 8 hours of sleep, 8 hours of free time. And so, in my mind, it's like, it doesn't matter what order you do that in, just, if you can accomplish all three, that's the dream right there. And
Let's go full throttle.
so yeah, they do, morning people do, because they think just sleeping in is like being lazy and not doing anything, because at the times they're awake, when you're asleep, they're getting stuff done while you're asleep, but same time, when they go to bed, you can still be getting stuff done. So that's what I always say. Like, I like to wake up later, and then my friends are like, man, you sleep all day. I'm like, well, I was like, I kind of like to, I still get the right amount of work done. It's just at a different time. I just don't like waking up early. Biologically, though, like some people are night owls and some people are morning people. Way back in days when we all lived in caves, some people had to watch. I think how biologically we started working is that some people had to watch the cave at night. Some people had to watch it during the day or whatever from predators and stuff like that. Because if everyone's sleeping and a fucking mountain lion comes at you because it's hungry, you are fucked up, my friend.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
So that's going to be the end all be all for that situation. And then I do know a lot of times how we as a society have gone to be like morning people. I think there's a lot to do back in the day when everyone farmed a lot more, where like you had to wake up early, like at a decent amount of time where it's not hot or whatever. And that's why like the school schedule is so weird. Like you think like end of the school year is like May, but the beginning of the year is January. So it's like the reason why schools are the way they are is because in the summer, that's when farm people needed help and stuff like that. And for some reason, farm people have to wake up early for some reason. There's probably is a good reason for that. Do I know it? No. But it was like on a 90-Day Fiancé. Like they got mad. Julia and Brandon, they lived on a farm and she didn't wake up at 7 a.m. to feed all the animals. And like the animals need to be fed at the same time every day. I'm like, well, sounds like the animals are the betas and I'm the alpha. So if I'm going to wake up at noon and feed them, they're going to eat at noon. So that's how they're living their life. And
This is the type of guy you get.
so that's why I was wondering, like, they need to be fed at 7 a.m. every day. I'm like, no, they're going to get fed when I feed them. That's going to be the rule. They're going to get fed when I feed them. Oh, no, that's not email. YouTube updates of terms and services. Okay. And I guess when it's farming, for some reason they had to wake up early, and my dad had a cross-country meet here. He's a cross-country and track coach, and it was in Nashville, so they had it at 8 a.m. because it was still, like, summer. It was, like, September maybe, and I was like, why do these things have to be so early? He's like, well, if later in the day it could be hot. I'm like, why don't you do it at night? He's like, well, it's dark, they can't see. I'm like, well, I don't know. The sun works and it's like 8 a.m. and I couldn't find the place. They didn't give you any instruction on how to find this place. I'm like, you guys really don't want people to come to this race, do you? That's offhand. That was just me ranting. Anyways, though, I live by, since I'm night owl, so I may be a little biased here, but, with the 888, the 888 rule, you get your 8 hours of work, 8 hours of play, 8 hours of sleep. That's how you have to live your life. So, mainly for morning people.
Come on, Mark, don't be stingy.
And also shut the fuck up in the morning, because that shit's annoying when like you're someone like a morning person is just like asking you 100 questions and you're like barely alive. That's annoying. So stop that shit. Well, look at you. You just finished one of the many highlights from Cancel Schweezy. glad you watched, and I hope you learned something important in your life today. We have more highlights available for you to watch, out now, available now for you to watch. And we got full episodes as well. So don't be stingy and go watch another highlight. And like I said, stay awesome.